I am so excited for my highlighter declutter. I have so many highlighters and they do not fit in the baskets anymore that I have for them. And it's about time to go through them. But let's get into it. I couldn't even fit all my highlighters in frame. Like the highlighter portion of my collection has truly gotten out of hand. I really need to go through these and decide what I want to keep. Okay, these are all my highlighters from Essence. So yeah, that's quite a few. I have more highlighters from Essence definitely than I had bronzers. I also have a lot of highlighters from Catrice that we'll be getting into. Okay, where to start? I am definitely gonna keep this Hardy Quinn Matte Glow highlighter by Essence. This was the one in 01 Rebel. There was also another shade in this collection. This is a multi-chrome highlighter that goes from a peach to a green to a pink. It's really beautiful, a little sparkly. I have mentioned this before in favorites videos. This is so beautiful. Definitely keeping this one. So that's the swatch of that one. Really, really beautiful. They did a great job with that. There's also the Matte Glow highlighter that was in the regular range. I don't know if it still is. This one is more of a purple to a blue. This is a duochrome highlighter. It doesn't have any other name. And this one is a little bit more smooth in formula than the other one. Like this one, oh, I just put on a little bit of hand cream, so that's why it swatched a little odd, but this one is a little bit more smooth. I think it's a really beautiful formula, so I'm gonna keep that one. Then we have this Positive Vibes Only highlighter. This was from one of their limited editions. This was a couple of years ago, and this was in 01 Light Up Your Day. And this is kind of like a almost nude to pinky, kind of like duochrome highlighter. And I do remember people at the time, like not everybody at the time, liking this. It's a little bit more of a shimmer than a glow almost. I don't know if I really need to keep this. I don't know if I really would reach for this. I think I really need to be a little bit more cutthroat than I've been with my highlighter declutters. I think it's time to let go of this one, also because it's pretty old and it's no longer available. And it's just a little bit of a drier formula. Then we have this Baby Got Diamond highlighter stick, and this is one that they actually came out with pretty recently, and I didn't really love this one. It's a little bit like of a messy product. I usually feel like that with these kind of like silvery shimmery highlighters. This one I didn't feel was as like effortless. You really had to build it up as some other like similar highlighters that I have in my collection. I don't think this is the worst highlighter that I've tried, definitely not, but it's just not my favorite. And I've done some comparisons, I've done my reviews. I think I'm not gonna personally reach for this one again. It just was a little bit of a letdown for me, so I'm gonna declutter this one. Then we have this Hollow Baby Got Hollow Glow highlighter stick from Essence as well. This is in the same range. I did like this one. This one also is a little bit on the shimmery side, almost like a multi-chrome highlighter that goes from peach to gold. I also see a little bit of pink in there. This is actually a pretty nice one. It's a pretty cute one. I do like this one. This one didn't dry down fully. Like it's a little bit of a creamy feeling highlighter, but I definitely think this is an interesting one that I want to keep around. Then we have this Essence Jurassic World highlighter, and this is in a nude shade. I actually really like the formula of this highlighter. It doesn't look like much, but it really has a beautiful, really smooth finish on the skin. Look at that. It's just very smooth, very natural. It is just beautiful. I'm gonna keep that. Then here we have the Cookies for Santa. This was one of their limited edition highlighters, a baked highlighter, and this one I actually did really enjoy. It also feels a little bit more like dry to the touch. But there is something about this one. Like it's very smooth. It's quite beautiful. It's a little bit on the darker side, but I do kind of like that rose gold glow that we have here. So I'm gonna keep that one. Then we have the Essence I Got a Crush on Apricots Baked Highlighter. This was a more recent collection. This was their Apricots collection. I think they did that last year. And this one is quite a beautiful highlighter. It's definitely kind of like that champagne apricot shade. I do think I want to still keep this in my collection. I am gonna go have a look at everything at the very end of the video, because I do feel like I need to see everything before I can make all of the decisions this time around. Like, I do not really have a good idea of what is going on in my collection right now. Then we have the Essence Make Beauty Fun highlighter. And this one is a gradient highlighter that goes from a gold to kind of like a corally shade. And I actually quite like this, but I don't know if it's like nice enough to warrant being in my collection. Like, do I want to keep this? Like, it's cute. It's definitely cute. And I do like kind of like the blush lighter aspect of it. But I do have other blush lighters that you're going to see in my blush collection that I would reach for over this one. I think actually I'm going to declutter this one. I still like it, but I don't really see myself reaching for it. Like, the highlighter is very dark on me. And then this blush is cute, but I do think I have others that I would reach for. So that's gonna be a declutter. So 3 declutters from Essence. Then we have the Essence My Heart Beats Disco Glitter Highlighter. And I have used this for a bunch of comparisons. This is also that kind of like putty, silvery, shimmery highlighter without a base. It's really beautiful. It is really beautiful. If you're looking for something like this, it definitely has that glow. It's gorgeous. But we also have the Catrice Diamond Haze highlighter that I have in my collection, and I am just thinking, after doing all these comparisons, after trying all of these out, I just want to choose my favorites and keep those. And the Diamond Haze highlighter by Catrice, this one is in their regular range, and this one is limited edition, so I kind of feel like I could pass this along. Like, I'm gonna declutter this one. Then we have the Essence Love It Chocolate Highlighter Glaze, and this is such an interesting product. There is a powder product here in the middle, and then on the sides we have a kind of like Vaseline glaze. This cannot really be picked up with a brush. It doesn't really pick up, but then when you pick it up with your finger and apply that to the cheeks, it's actually really beautiful. And it's a little bit of a bronzy shade, but you can kind of see like which shade you grab. I think I want to keep this for a little bit longer. I know there were some mixed feelings about this, totally understand that, but there's just a certain way I still like to use this. Then we have the Essence and Up Liquid Highlighter. This is actually a really beautiful, smooth, glowy liquid highlighter. With a lot of these, I don't even know if these are still available, but I will just swatch them. You can also see like differences. Maybe you have this one or another one. So I'm definitely gonna keep this. I think this is a beautiful champagne tone, kind of like peachy champagne toned highlighter. And yeah, it's just a beautiful formula. Then we have the Essence You Make My Day Baked Highlighter. This one really surprised me when I got it, and I actually really enjoyed this one. It's a beautiful smooth baked highlighter. You can kind of like mix and match, see what colors you want to grab with this one. And I really love going into kind of like the pinky shades. It's such a beautiful highlighter actually. It looks kind of like why are you coming out with this in the year of, what was it, 2024? Like, it feels a little bit like a dated product, but I did enjoy it quite a bit. So let me just swatch the pinky shades. Like, you kind of can mix the colors. It's just really nice and smooth, and I do really like a baked highlighter. So definitely keeping that one. And then lastly, we have the Essence Drop of Sunshine Highlighting Drops with hyaluronic acid and niacinamide. This doesn't have a name. You have to shake this, and then you can mix it in with things. You can use it as a highlighter. Let me see over here. It's a champagne shade. It's quite sheer. It doesn't have any glitter in it. I actually enjoy this quite a bit. Look at that nice glow. It doesn't really have coverage to it, but it can make your face look really nice and healthy and glowy. Okay, next up, I think I'm gonna go with Catrice. Okay, I think this is gonna be all the Catrice highlighters that I own. And once again, quite a bit of them. Like, these are a lot of highlighters. Okay, here we have the base highlighter from... Wait, this is Essence. Why did I think this was Catrice? Okay, this is the Essence Baked Highlighter from their Advent calendar. This was okay. I didn't love it. I don't love it enough, I think, to keep. So I'm gonna declutter that one. So 5 decluttered so far, all from Essence. Okay, this is all Catrice, right? Yeah. All right, this is the Space Glam Hollow Highlighter. This is a shimmery, kind of like duochromatic highlighter that goes from a peachy champagne to a pink. It's really, really beautiful. It's kind of like a pinky purple. It has a shimmer to it, but I don't feel like it's too chunky. Absolutely gorgeous on the skin. Definitely keeping that one. Then we have the Catrice Glow Lights highlighter, and this one is in the shade Rosy Nude. I was really excited. Oh, here's another one of Catrice. And another one. Okay, more Catrice. I was really excited when this first came out. I cannot open this. Why can't I open this? I was really excited when this first came out, but I haven't really been using this. Like, this is not my favorite Catrice highlighter. And I did feel like it emphasized a little bit of texture. Like, it wasn't bad, but there was a little bit of texture emphasizing. And I don't know, I don't even have a lot of texture on my skin. So I thought there was a little bit of a weird thing that was happening. And I don't know, I never really reached for this. I do hold on to Essence and Catrice and Kiko a lot because those are the brands that I review a lot on my channel. But I do have a lot of products from Essence and Catrice. So do I want to keep this around? Is anybody asking for more application or tutorials with this highlighter? I already see on my hand that it is emphasizing texture. So I think this is gonna be my final note on this highlighter, and I'm gonna declutter it. Then this one I do really love, and I feel like this one has been in their collection for years and years and years. I think this one is one of their more hyped highlighters. This is the Morning Glow highlighter, and this is in 020 Supreme Rose Beam, and this is just really beautiful. It's kind of like a almost putty creamy feeling highlighter, and this kind of looks like Facetune for your skin. It's just so smooth, so beautiful, it's so glossy. Look at that, it's just absolutely gorgeous. I feel like it really smooths over the skin gorgeously, and I love this color on me. So definitely keeping that one. Then we have this Catrice one from their Advent calendar, and this is a very golden kind of shimmery shade. And I kind of think that this might be a little bit too golden for me. Like, it was quite a beautiful highlighter, and I did enjoy like trying it out, testing it out, but it's very, very golden, and I think I can let go. I think I have other shades that I definitely prefer, but there was nothing wrong with this quality. Then we have this Catrice highlighter from one of their Advent Beauty gift shop limited editions. This was also for the holidays, and this is such a beautiful highlighter. It is just a very nice glow, very smooth. I really, really like this one, and I am gonna keep that one. Then we have this one. This is the Catrice Arctic Illusion highlighter in CO1 Crystal Cold, and this is kind of like a shimmery bluish silver highlighter that is just absolutely beautiful. I don't feel like this is too colorful. I feel like this actually suited me really, really well. Really loved it. Really loved the whole look of that video. This is a beautiful packaging, beautiful highlighter. This is definitely more blue than the Diamond Haze highlighter, for example. So I've done some comparisons with those as well. This one is a little bit more like of an icy blue. I am keeping this one. Then the Diamond Haze highlighter that I said I was gonna keep as the highlighter from that sheer silvery shimmery range. So this is a putty highlighter, very similar to the Diamond Balm by Fenty, and I will just swatch it next to this one. I don't feel like there's a huge difference in a way with the Crystal Cold one, but the Crystal Cold I feel like is just a little bit more blue and has kind of like smaller shimmer particles than this one. This one definitely looks a little bit more shimmery on the skin. So keeping this one. Alright, I just cleaned my hands, but my hands are still covered in shimmer. Like, there's not much to do here. Okay, here is the Glow Lover Oil Infused Highlighter by Catrice, and this one I actually really like. It's a very kind of like cool tone lavendery pink, but really, really light. It's a very, very soft glow. It's almost more like a soft diffuse setting powder. It's very, very soft, but I do really like it on me. This is a really nice highlighter if you want something very natural. Then we have this highlighter stick, and this is the one from the Kiss and Glow collection in Aurora Glow. This is really beautiful. This is so glowy, shiny. It just has a gorgeous kind of like champagne-y glow. It looks very beautiful and smooth on the skin. This is one of my favorites, like favorite highlighters I've tried this year so far. So definitely keeping that one, and probably this is gonna show up in a favorites very soon. Then we have the highlighter beads from the Winnie the Pooh collection, and I'm not going to be swatching these because that's just really difficult to do. Or will I? I will do it for you. I will try. Okay, let's see if I can get some of this. Like, these are little honey pots. Let's see if I can get that on my hand. Like, this is a very natural highlighter, but it looks very nice and diffused. And I'm still gonna keep that. I just wish the packaging was a little bit better because these are all like loose in here. And it isn't really like snugly closed, which I don't prefer. Then we have the two highlighters from the Seeking Flowers collection. We have the shade C01 Watch Me Bloom, which is a pink shade. And then we have CO2, and this one is Après Glow. So do I still want to keep both of these? Après Glow is a little bit more of a yellowy champagne. And then we have CO1, which is a little bit more like a nude light pink. I think I'm gonna declutter this one, the Après Glow, because it is a little bit broken. It came broken. And it's very yellowy, and I do have other yellowish highlighters that I think I'm gonna keep over this one. And then I'm gonna keep this yellow one. I think I can still see myself using this one. And then I have here 3 shades of the All Over Glow tint. I think this is a really beautiful, very smooth, glowy highlighter. I think I have all the shades. Like, there was this moment in time that I was like, okay, I need all of them. Like, all of them need to be in my possession. I don't know why I thought that. Like, was it really necessary? I don't think so. It's also not like these shades are so far apart. I especially think that those two, like the 2 deeper ones, are pretty similar. Like, those are not so far off. Like, you do see when I turn my hand that this one has a bit of a deeper base. Which one was that? This one. This one was that. That was shade Sun Dip. I think I can let go of Sun Dip and then keep the other 2, because this I can see myself wearing a little bit more. Like, Sun Dip is a little bit dark for me. Apparently these are all the ColourPop highlighters I have left. I have here the one in Silly Old Bear from the Winnie the Pooh collection. Let me see if this is still... Oh, it's still very creamy. Like, that is a nice yellow highlighter. I think I'm gonna keep that one also because I do really like the Super Shock formula. But I did declutter quite a few of them a little while ago. Maybe in my last highlighter declutter, I decluttered a few of them because I thought I have too many. I don't need that many, and now I have kind of like this champagne-y. Oh, this one is also still really creamy. This is kind of like a rose gold pink shade from the Tinkerbell collection. I'm gonna keep both of these. Then let's do Kiko Milano. I have a lot of Kiko Milano highlighters. Alright, so these are all the Kiko Milano highlighters that I have. I do really love the highlighters that Kiko Milano does. They just do a great job at them. I had another one. Is this everything now? I think so. Oh no, I have this one as well. No, that's Charlotte Tilbury. What am I saying? Alright, so these are all of the Kiko Milano highlighters that I have. I do think I could declutter some of these, but I do also really enjoy a lot of these. I am gonna declutter the Street Heart Illuminate liquid highlighter, and this is actually gonna go in my worst of the year because this did absolutely nothing for me. Like, this is so not glowy. Like, if you see it build up, you're like, okay, that could be pretty glowy, but as you blend it into your skin, like, there's nothing left. Like, that is the glow that you're getting. It's basically just as glowy as my skin naturally is. So this is gonna go, and it's gonna go in the bad bin. I really didn't like this. Then we have this highlighter from the Kiko Milano, the Little Mermaid collection, the All Over Highlighter 02 Reflection on the Sea. This is a beautiful beige highlighter in that kind of like pinky champagne, almost rose gold type of shade. This is so beautiful. I love this one so much. Definitely keeping that one. Then we have the Kiko Milano Ultimate Glow highlighter in 03, and this is also kind of like a yellowy champagne. Absolutely beautiful. Once again, a beige highlighter. Absolutely stunning. I also have this one, the Ultimate Glow highlighter in 02, and this is a little bit more of a peachy pink. Absolutely stunning as well. These are definitely favorites from me from Kiko Milano. Nowadays these have a different name, but they are still the same formula. I don't know exactly what the name was again, but it's the same thing. They just rebranded it. Then we have the highlighter from the most recent holiday collection. This is the Holiday Wonderlights Merry Glow highlighter in 01 Graceful Rose. And this is kind of like a more dry baked highlighter. I wasn't super impressed with this. Like, this was not my favorite. It's okay. I think I can let go of that one. Then one of my absolute favorite, and probably also one of my oldest products in my collection, is the Kiko Milano Ocean Feel highlighter in 02 Virtuous Golden Rose. I kind of don't want to look up how old this is, but I think it's still good. I think this is such a beautiful beige highlighter. It is so glowy. It makes your skin look so wet. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I am gonna keep using that until like it really seems off. Like, this is so beautiful. This has been in my collection for such a long time, and I just realized that I have a bunch more highlighters from Kiko Milano. Like, these are also all Kiko Milano. So these are from the Kiko Milano Fruit Explosion collection, and this is actually the first Kiko Milano collection that I reviewed on my channel, so it does feel a little bit like nostalgic, and they do give me the feels. I think, declutter basically everything else from the collection. It was not amazing, but I loved the vibe. It was very summery. By the way, this is also a Kiko Milano highlighter. All right, now I'm done. Now I think I grabbed everything. So this is the one in 01 Golden Dream. This is such a beautiful, smooth highlighter formula. I am so sad that this is not in the regular range. Like, that is such a beautiful highlighter. And then we also have Coral Sunset, and to me this was more of a blush topper, and these are just so beautiful. They do have quite a scent to them. I do really love these. I think I'm still gonna keep them. Like, they are so nice and creamy. Here I have the Glow Fusion highlighting drops by Kiko. This was in the Advent calendar, and this is in 02 Sweet Dream. So I'm gonna shake this up a little bit. This is actually a really nice formula. I haven't really used this a lot lately, but when I first got this in, I did think this was super nice and smooth. So it's a really nice kind of like muted pink highlighter. You can also mix this in with things. You can just use it on the cheekbones. Really beautiful. I'm gonna keep that. Then this one was from the Gloss Supreme collection, the Dewy Glow Face Highlighter, and this is in shade 01. And it doesn't say the shade name, but it was something pink. This is really like that glassy, glass-like highlighter stick. It doesn't dry down, it remains a little bit sticky, but I do really love the effect of this on the skin, and I really love the color, so I am gonna keep that one. Then we have the highlighter stick from the Beauty Essentials collection. This is the Glowy Face and Body highlighter in 01, and this is a champagne highlighter stick. It is really beautiful. I really love the highlighter sticks by Kiko Milano. They do have them in their regular range as well. I don't actually have one from the regular range because I have this one, but I'm thinking that that is the same formula. I also have a highlighter stick from the Days in Bloom collection. This is the Face and Body Stick highlighter, and this is a 01 Lilac Vibes. And this is a iridescent highlighter stick that is kind of like a duochrome that shifts purpley pink. Is really kind of like soft but beautiful. It's not a very cool tone purpley pink. It definitely has something quite natural to it. I am going to be keeping that one as well. Then I have this Stellar Love, a Radiant Liquid Highlighter. I believe this is the only one that I have left in this type of formula or this style of packaging. This was not my absolute favorite, but it's definitely also not a bad product. This is once again a little bit of that nuded pink. I am gonna keep this one. Then this is the Kiko Milano Glow Fusion Powder Highlighter in 01. This is actually a really beautiful highlighter formula. Very smooth, very like lit from within, very soft and diffused. It doesn't have any glitter at all. I'm definitely gonna keep that one. Then we have the Kiko Milano Stellar Love Cosmic Shine Highlighter. And this I did really enjoy at the time. But now I'm kind of like, I feel like this is a little bit too like yellowy on me. And I do have some other highlighters that are also this kind of like soft baked, soft diffuse kind of highlighter. I feel like this one, the one from the regular line, is something I would rather reach for, so I'm actually gonna declutter this one. Then this one I don't think I'm ever gonna get rid of. This is the Kiko Milano Sweet Affairs Duo Cacao Highlighter, and I love the highlighters in this collection, and I also love the blush duos that I have in this collection. I think the packaging is so cute. And then we have kind of like a softer highlighter, and then we have a really bronzy one. The bronzy one I just cannot really use, but this soft baked highlighter shade is just really beautiful. I will also swatch the bronzy one. It could work for me as a bronzer topper, but it's not a highlighter for me. But this is just also very nostalgic. This was such a beautiful, such a fun collection. One of my absolute favorite highlighters in my collection is the Kiko Milano Gold Reflections Gleaming Waves All Over Highlighter in 01 Magical Gold. Such a beautiful highlighter. It has the most amazing, almost duochromatic effect to it. I cannot really explain, but it really does something to me. The swatch of this is just amazing. It just has something kind of peachy and pinky, and also a bit of champagne in there. It's just gorgeous. I love this one so much. Once again, a Baked Gelée highlighter. I was raving about this last year. And then lastly, we have the Kiko Milano Festival Glow Golden Star Cushion Highlighter. Since this collection, they've done so many cushion highlighters. I think they started out actually with, what was the collection called? With a collection that they had the year before. They have been doing these for a couple of years, but this one is the oldest one that I have in this style of packaging. So this was in shade 02, and it's kind of like this beigey peach. And I was such a fan of this when this launched, but at that time I was kind of like into the idea of warmer shades, bronzy shades, and I feel like now I'm more into like pinks, muted pinks, more peachy shades. Like this is almost a little bit orange. Like this is a little bit much for me now. I'm kind of like, do I still see myself using this, or am I kind of like over this type of color? I kind of think I have found the things that work for me. I have found the things that I really find flattering on me. I was just really into this super bronzy face, but I don't really feel like that's me anymore. So I think I'm gonna actually declutter this one, because I have a lot of shades in this style of packaging that I think are so beautiful. Like I have so many options when it comes to this. So yeah, it's time to go. I bought all 3 of the Nimya highlighters last year when they came out with these. And I have here shade Monarch, which is the darker bronzy color. And this is not for me. This is not my shade. I am not gonna be able to really use this. But I do have a friend that has a deeper skin tone than mine. Like, she is tan to deep, and I think this is gonna look amazing on her. So I'm gonna declutter this and give this away. And then I also have the one in Pink Outside the Box and Beam Bamboo. I am gonna keep these because they are quite new in my collection. I didn't give them a rave review because I did think they had quite a base to them, which is not always like the easiest when it comes to highlighters to wear them. This is the lighter champagne. Like, this is a beautiful color, don't get me wrong. Both of these are beautiful colors, but they do have a little bit of a base color, which makes them a little hard to use, but you can also apply them really lightly and just have a little bit more of a subtle, softer look. I am gonna keep these, but I don't know if these will be around in my collection forever. All right, I sort of cleaned my hands. Let me grab out some Maybelline. I think this is everything I own from the brand. So we have these Sunkisser highlighters. I did a video with the Sunkisser highlighters and the matte versions of the Sunkisser blushes last year when these first came out, and I think these are pretty cute. This is shade Star Studded. It's kind of almost like an iridescent white to gold. These are pretty subtle. Like, these are not very in your face super glowy highlighters. And then we have this one, which is a little bit more of a golden champagne. Like, you can see as I turn my hand that the base colors of these are different. This is shade 21 All Star. I don't love these. I don't really know if I want to keep these. I do feel like Maybelline isn't a go-to brand on my channel, and I don't really know if I would go back to these. I don't feel like a lot of people are talking about these. Do I need to keep these around? I kind of feel like I would be happier not having these. I think I'm gonna declutter these. I thought maybe I would still keep them, but I think I'm good decluttering those. And then I have here the Maybelline highlighter that they did with Puma with their limited edition collection. This is the Chrome Highlight in 08 Knockout, and I bought this a couple of years ago because I had been lusting after this for years and years and years, and then I found it on Amazon. And this is really like a purple to gold, very smooth duochromatic highlighter that can work as a blush topper. It's actually quite pretty. I think I'm gonna put this in a maybe pile. I never really reach for it, but it is a interesting concept. Okay, let's grab some Flower Nose. Yeah, I think this is all the Flower Nose I own. I have the liquid highlighters that they did in their Midsummer Fairy Tales collection. I have here Moonlight Swing, which is a kind of like a light champagne. This is a formula that looks really beautiful. It's a little shimmery. It looks really beautiful, but it does dry down pretty quickly. It's not the easiest to work with, but it's a full dry down and it can look really beautiful on the skin. I feel like this one is a little bit easier than the other shade that I have because it's such a natural shade. It's pretty easy to blend in. I am gonna be keeping that one. And then I also have the multi-chrome version, or one of the multi-chrome versions from that collection. They're like 2 more natural shades and then 2 multi-chromatic shades, and this is the shade 04 Fairy Whisper. And this one just has the most amazing duochromatic, multi-chromatic glow and shimmer. Like, this is so, how can I show you? This is so just gorgeous and shiny. It has green, it has reddish pink, and it has champagne, like champagne orange. It is just absolutely stunning. You can also use this as a liquid eyeshadow. I am gonna be keeping this because this is just gorgeousness. Even just for swatching, it looks amazing. And then I have 2 of their powder highlighters from the Little Angel collection. This collection was just absolutely gorgeous. The packaging was just on another level. And I have here 2 shades. I have L01 Eris's Fable and I have L02 Paradise Lost. And Eris's Fable is a really light almost like a really, really light lilac-y pink. It is just absolutely stunning, a very fresh shade for someone with my skin tone. I am neutral to cool, I have very light skin, so this is amazing. And then this one is a little bit more on the peachy champagne side. It's gorgeous, really beautiful, great for when my skin is a little bit deeper, but I feel like I can wear this basically all year around. I'm gonna keep these. Time to grab out the ones I own from Makeup Revolution. I don't actually know how many I own from Makeup Revolution. I think it's probably these 3. So I have here the Pro Dewy Glaze Serum Highlighter in Pink Glow. I haven't used this in quite some time, but it's quite an interesting shade of highlighter for me. It's quite a nice... Is this dried out? It seems like this has gone super hard. I just opened it. Can I get anything out? This is just completely dried out. Can I get anything out of here? I'm pressing really hard. Hello? Is anything happening? I think here underneath the poof, like this hole is like full of dried up product. What the heck? Let me see if I can open that back up. I'm using this handy tool from Lethal Cosmetics. Okay, I'm seeing some product on there. All right, let's see. Now the poof is just, okay. The poof doesn't, like, I think I ruined the poof. Let me just take that off. This is a mess. This is quite the mess. Alright, no more poof for me. But this is a really cool toned highlighter. Very cool toned pink. And I just think that's such a beautiful color of pink. I'm actually gonna keep that and hope it doesn't dry out on me again. And then we have the Beam Bright highlighter, I believe this was. It doesn't say the name on the packaging because when you want to open up this packaging, you have to take off the sticker with the name, which I think is silly. But this is a shade Pink Seduction. I've also had the shade that was kind of like a white color. And I did declutter that one because I did feel like that one looked a little bit almost powdery on the skin, but this pink one I actually really enjoy. I think is really beautiful, so I'm gonna keep this one. Then I have this Aura Illuminizer Face and Body Liquid Illuminator. This was from the spring collection in 2024, and I actually thought that this was really beautiful. It's an iridescent purpley liquid highlighter that just looks amazing on the skin. It has such a beautiful glow to it. Just look at that purpley shift. Like, this is so beautiful and bright. Absolutely stunning. Definitely want to use that again. I'm keeping this. These 2 highlighters I own from Beauty Creations. These are the beige highlighters from Beauty Creations. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm not showing you some products right now that you know I recently reviewed, there is a separate basket with products that I am still trying out, ready to review. I'm gonna go through that, show you what is in there at the very end of the video. But these highlighters are so beautiful. I have the one in Flirtini and then I have the one in Party Effect. These are such a smooth, gorgeous, absolutely stunning formula. This is the one in Flirtini and it has such a strong shift from pink to a bright gold. This one is a little bit much for me, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit much. This is the first shade that I got, but I immediately knew that I loved the formula. But like this shade, I was a little bit unsure about. So then I bought this one in Party Effect, and this one is a little bit more of a like pinky champagne, a little bit softer, also really beautiful, but without the duochrome. I am gonna keep both of these because I really love this formula. This was in my yearly favorites. I have 2 highlighters, or 3 highlighters actually, from Dior. I have 2 powder highlighters or Baked Gelée highlighters, and then I have this Forever Glow Maximizer in shade Peachy. I actually should use this more. It does feel kind of similar in tone to that Kiko Milano one that I just decluttered. It's a bit warm toned for me, but I am gonna keep this one because sometimes I do a little bit more warm tone looks, but I don't need that many options when it comes to that. And these BHLA highlighters were from the Sand Dune collection or something like that. That was one of the few videos that I did on luxury makeup. This is the Peach Dune one, which is a duochrome from peach to gold. This is a blush topper for me. And then this one is the Pink Dune one. And this one I actually have used a lot because this is just my type of highlighter shade. It's very beautiful, very natural. I'm gonna keep both of these. This is one of my favorite highlighters in my collection. This is the Nabla Skin Glazing Highlighter in Privilege, and I actually love this shade so much. It's kind of like a rosy champagne. It doesn't really feel like your basic champagne. It's such a beautiful, glossy, glowy, smooth highlighter formula. Definitely keeping that one until I can literally no longer use it. Until I open it up and I can just tell it has dried out. Then I have this Sigma highlighter. This one I did get in PR, and this one is in the shade Sizzle. I actually quite like it, but I haven't really gotten into it. Like, it is very nice and glowy. It's a beautiful shade. I'm gonna keep it, but I do feel like I have to get into this a little bit more. See if I kind of can incorporate that more in my makeup routine. These two I also got in PR. These are the What's Up Beauty Serengeti highlighters, and these are also a BHLA formula. I love BHLA highlighters. Those are just my favorite type of formula. They are so nice and smooth. They are never glittery, always like super skin-like but glowy. This one is the lighter shade. I like both of these. Both of these work for me, and I think these are just really, really beautiful. I'm keeping these. And then I have this Made by Mitchell highlighter. This is the Blur Pressed Light Highlighter Duo in Cash In Quickly. This is pretty cute. It does have a little bit of a shimmer in it. And this shade is a little bit too dark for me, but I do like this shade. I am gonna be keeping this. Then here I have the REM Beauty Miss Mercury highlighter topper, and this is kind of like a peachy, rosy champagne shade as well. I did get this for my birthday at some point, but I do really feel like I don't really see myself reaching for this one again. Nobody's talking about this anymore. I don't really feel like it's relevant anymore, and I just don't really get excited about it. So I think it's time to declutter that one. These are the highlighters that I own from Moira. This is such a beautiful highlighter formula. These are the Dreamlight highlighters, and I have shade Honeysuckle and shade Love Struck. Honeysuckle is just a really nice light champagne, just absolutely beautiful, gorgeous. This is the type of shade that I feel like works so well for my skin tone. And this one is kind of like a peachy, rosy duochrome, a little dark for me. That's why I bought the Honeysuckle, but both of these I think are really beautiful. And this one is just more for like warmer looks in the summer. So I'm gonna be keeping both of these. Once again, like, those are just like tried and true favorites in my collection. Then I have these highlighters by Romand. These are really nice, kind of like creamy highlighters. I have 01 and 02. These are like the Veil highlighters or something like that. They almost seem to have an overspray, but then as you like get through that, they are super nice and smooth. This is the peachy one, absolutely gorgeous. And then we have the more cool tone pink. Really, really beautiful as well. Very nice and cool toned. I love a cool tone highlighter. I feel like it looks so fresh on me. Like, these two are so beautiful. I don't hear a lot of people talk about these, but these are absolutely beautiful. Then I have here the Sunflex Powder Highlighter by BH Cosmetics. This was from one of their last collections that they've done. I don't know exactly, like, that was quite a while ago. This is a beautiful highlighter, very smooth. Very beautiful. I am gonna be keeping this one. This is the Avatar The Last Airbender Lotus highlighter from Lethal Cosmetics, from their collab that they did with Avatar The Last Airbender. And this is a duochromatic highlighter that is kind of like shimmery, but you can smooth it out. It is kind of like a peach to pink. It's really, really, really beautiful. It's so gorgeous. I hope you can kind of see that. This is so nice. I'm gonna keep that. Then here I have the Pillow Talk Beauty Light Wand Easy Highlighter by Charlotte Tilbury. And this is actually such a beautiful shade of highlighter. It's kind of like this rose gold, rosy pink. It's a little bit dark for me as a highlighter, but it's a really nice mix-in or blush topper. definitely keeping this one. Then here I have the blush by Made by Mitchell in the shade Candy Trip. This is a really nice smooth pinky highlighter for me. It's not really a blush and it's not as shimmery as you might think swatched out. It's just a really beautiful wet look on the cheeks, kind of like a mix in with blushes. Absolutely beautiful. I am gonna keep that. And this is the She Glam Glow Bloom liquid highlighter in Vanilla Frost. And I'm not buying from She Glam anymore, but you will see a few products still in my declutters because I didn't immediately like throw out everything. This is quite a beautiful highlighter, but I have forgotten about this product, so I think it's time to let this one go. Then I have the Joy C highlighter stick. This is in H04 and this is kind of like this jelly highlighter. This is in that more rose gold shade. It's quite nice. It has kind of like a cooling effect on the skin. I don't really see myself reaching for this one. I haven't really reached for this one, but I think I'm gonna keep it for one more round, see if I might get into it. Sometimes something happens and super random, you get into a product and get kind of obsessed. So I'm gonna keep this for a little longer. Then here I have, this is super random, but this is the Pat McGrath Labs Divine Rose Skin Fetish Ultra Glow Highlighter. I don't even understand why I bought this, but I have it. And this is kind of similar to that Maybelline one in that it has kind of like a pinky base and then a golden glow. This pinky base is maybe a little bit more pinky and the other one from the Maybelline one is a little bit more purple. I do think the Made by Mitchell is actually a little bit more shimmery than I was saying, but as I apply this on the cheeks, I don't feel like it looks chunky. It's just a wet look. It's really beautiful. It's like a really small shimmer particle. I do want to like correct what I said. This, it's so similar to the Maybelline one. Let me swatch that next to it. I do feel like the Maybelline one is just a little bit more purple. Like it has a little bit more of a base. Am I gonna keep both of these? Like they seem so similar, but also like this one is way warmer. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should keep these. I just don't really reach for them, but I also don't really want to get rid of them. I think I'm gonna keep these, but we'll see as I organize if I change my feelings. And then lastly, we have the Kimchi Chic highlighter in Pearl Gone Wild. This one was actually gifted to me by Caitlin Costello when we did our like makeup swap, like mystery bag swap, and she sent this to me because this is one of her favorites. This is such a scary product to me. It's kind of like a purple to blue shimmery highlighter. It's kind of like a little chunky, very colorful. It's a beautiful eyeshadow. I kind of think that I'm not gonna be applying this on my face. I'm gonna put this with my single eyeshadows and see if I use it, if I put it there. Like this is not really a highlight for me. It's a little bit too colorful. Okay, my highlighters still don't fit in the baskets that they used to fit in. This is everything I'm keeping and I'm gonna have another look at it, see if I want to change anything. I think I'm gonna keep it the way it is. I don't want to declutter anything before I'm ready, so I'm gonna count how many I am keeping. 66 I'm keeping, and I'm also keeping the Kimchi Chic for now, but I'm not really gonna count that as a highlighter. So let me show you what I'm decluttering. This is everything I'm decluttering. Let me count. Okay, 18 declutters, so that's pretty good. That's quite a lot of declutters, but I have to say, I also have a few highlighters that I am almost ready or ready to update you on. Let me show you what I have in my review baskets. Alright, so these are highlighters I have recently done videos on that I've been testing. This Beauty Creations Glow Up Cushion Tip Applicator in White Gem is such a beautiful highlighter. Like, this is gorgeous. There's not a lot left on this sponge, but this is really nice, natural and glowy. I'm not gonna be swatching all of these because I have recently done videos on them. These are the Catrice Perfection highlighters. These are so beautiful. This is the pink one. And then this is the champagne one. Super gorgeous, absolutely smooth, glowy, so beautiful. I think these are gonna be my yearly favorites. Then this is from the Kiko Golden Oasis collection, the Glow Cushion Blush, but this is in shade 01. And for me, this is more of a highlight, kind of like a rosy shade, really beautiful. And this is a liquid highlighter that was in a duo from the Let's Do Makeup collab with Beauty Creations. This is a kind of like golden highlighter, very yellow golden. This is not for me, not my color. This is not gonna stay in my collection for very long. This is the Wonder Woman highlighter by Catrice from their recent collection. This is really beautiful, kind of like this pinky glow. It has almost a really slight shimmer to it, really beautiful. Then we have this one, the W7 Afterglow Blush and Highlighter Palette. This is a really nice highlighter, a kind of like highlighter slash blush topper. It is just really beautiful, really smooth, gives the nicest glow. I actually really like that one. And then we have a L'Oreal Lumila Glass highlighter stick. I actually got this from my sister. She got it for free at her job. And this is actually beautiful. It doesn't dry down fully, but it is a really beautiful glassy glow. So that is something that you have to like. But I definitely think there's a time and a place for that. Then we have the Catrice Spring Awakening Cushion Highlighter. I hate this packaging. I have used this once. It's very glittery, shimmery, and I don't like this packaging at all. I feel like it's clunky. It shouldn't have been done this way. I just don't like it. I'm sorry. That's gonna be my review. I'm gonna use it one more time, but I haven't convinced myself yet to do that. But it's gonna happen. It's gonna be in a new makeup update. Then we have the Essence Jelly Highlighter Stick. This is a very subtle highlighter, but then it has chunky shimmers in it. It's not my favorite. It's also not like super bad. I mean, you can make it work. The glow on it is pretty cute on the skin, but I just wish it didn't have the chunky shimmers. And then we have the Essence Fabulous Highlighter. This one is kind of like a cool tone pinky purple highlighter. It's very subtle, but it's quite cute, but very subtle. It's very soft. So you have to like that. If you want something kind of like that, that gives more of an impact, but also has kind of like a pinky purpley vibe, then I would go for the Essence Meta Glow. Then we have the L'Oreal Lumila Glow Highlighter Stick. So this is the one that does dry down, that also has a glow but more of a color to it. This is really beautiful. I think that is a really nice highlighter stick. And then I have here a highlighter from Wycon Cosmetics. This is the Fireworks highlighter in 02 Daydream. This is such a sparkly highlighter. It is actually so intense and wet looking and sparkly. It is so glittery but really beautiful. Kind of like it could almost be an eyeshadow, so sparkly. So it's beautiful, but it's a little bit scary for me personally. I do like a little bit of a shimmery highlighter, but I do like it when it's a little bit more like subtle, when the shimmer particles are a little smaller than this. Like, this is not a bad product by any means, but it's quite out there. It's very impactful. Then I have this Color Rose highlighter that I got from CBeautyMall, and this one is a little bit of a shimmery highlighter as well, but the shimmer particles are not as big as that Wycon one. It has a really cool toned rose shade to it that is so cool toned that it's almost more of a silver. It is very bright and it is a little bit shimmery. I have to use this one more time to make up my mind, but I've kind of been forgetting about this one. I did wear it a couple of times, but I don't feel like I'm ready yet to fully give my review. And then lastly, for this video, the two highlighters that I have from the Kiko Dreamphoria collection. This is the All in Glow 3-in-1 Luminizer. This is a duochromatic shimmery highlighter. It's really beautiful. It goes from kind of like, it is kind of iridescent. It goes from kind of like a champagne to a pink. It is more, oh wait, I am totally out of frame. It's a little bit more wearable on the cheeks than you would think, like swatching this out in store. It is just shimmery in a more wet looking way, very beautiful. It has something a little bit gray to it in the base, but I don't think on my skin tone that looks bad. I actually think that looks really, really beautiful. It's kind of more like a nude base on me. And then lastly, I have this Dreamphoria Glow Up Beautifier Highlighting Face Powder in 02 Peachy Passion. For me, I bought this to use it as a blush topper, and it's really smooth, a very kind of like orangey fiery peach that goes to a gold. Okay, this is not the best place to swatch, but I also have a video up on my channel like reviewing this, trying this out. It's a nice one. It's not really a standalone blush, but it's not meant to be that. It's a nice blush topper, very smooth, baked, but kind of like a creamy feel as you apply it. Alright, that's gonna be it for my highlighter collection in Declutter. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!